Cross coming down to the ring, set for action against the Hobo. A man starving for attention.
Well, I mean, I already want to make a joke about the fact that this guy looks like John Lovitz, but, like, seriously, I mean, a kid just had, like, skin burned off of his eye, and we're just going to, like, move right past that? Do you have no heart?
His opponent, weighing 202 cans of beans, from Hoboken, New Jersey, the Hobo.
Here comes the Hobo. Certainly has a lot of fans in attendance here. The perennial underdog, but what must be going through the mind of the Hobo? He recently lost his best friend, the Manimal. His whole world's been turned upside down here.
So not only is he homeless, not only is he drunk, not only does he smell like pee, but now he's depressed as well.
Yeah, just tack it on. Add it to the list of issues for the Hobo.
He also looks like James Hetfield. Don't put that hat on. You'll get rickets and lice. Young John Candy, your referee.
Bell sounds, here we go, and you want to add to the list of problems. He's in there with Eric Cross, who obviously will go to any means necessary. Spiked his best friend on his head just to get an elusive victory here on this program. So put him on the shelf, maybe for good.
It's almost as if these two particular superstars have very parallel kind of like lives going on. Hobo has been betrayed by his best friend, whereas Eric Cross was the betrayer to a best friend.
That's a great point, Matt. It's definitely very true, and I'm sure that Hobo, maybe more than anyone here, can relate to what happened with Eric Cross and Jarek Matthews.
Have you ever been turned on by a friend?
You mean turned on by a friend?
That's funny. Give the broadcast some time, Todd. You ever lost a dear friend?
So I got to have a few first before they can turn on me. But
how does Eric Cross's hair stay so perfect? He's like a little boy fresh out of the barber.
Well, I'll have to get with him, see what product he uses.
All right, all jokes aside, I mean, and I make jokes just because I have a lonely existence, but you have to wonder what's going through the minds of these competitors as they deal with their personal issues.
And look at this at ringside, the grappler once again out here scouting the talent here.
I'm back, boys. I'm back to find the talent they talk about that they got around here. It's good to be back in pro wrestling Hollywood, but I'll tell you one thing. They're true about one thing they say about this place. It's a land of fruits and nuts, brother. I met a bunch of them. But they do have some great talent, and I'm here to scout it today.
I think he's talking about you.
Well, the grappler here to scout talent in championship wrestling from Hollywood. We've seen him come out here on a number of occasions. We still don't know what exactly or who. Wait a second, Hobo with the cover. You know, we got to wonder, what is it that the grappler is specifically looking for, Matt?
Well, I'm kind of looking over his shoulder. Oh, he just moved the pad. He's writing something down on this pad. I'm just right over his shoulder. Let me see if I can. Match strikers, awesome. 3 exclamation points.
I don't think I see that, Matt.
Oh, he just caught me reading his. I'm sorry.
Got to be careful. You know how it is. You can't look onto somebody else's notes in class, Matt. You know that more than anybody. Everybody's favorite teacher. But now, Eric Cross turning this thing around after a flurry by the Hobo. Hobo had hit a drop kick, went for the win. But Eric Cross has turned this thing in his favor. And Cross, after that betrayal of his friend, he's tried to use that as a launch pad for success here on this program, and he's been able to string together some victories.
What was that?
That was Eric Cross with a big thumb to the nose of all the fans.
Eric Cross, lateral press, only gets a 2 count or 1 count. Doesn't hook the leg, though. You know, Cross, again, like I said, guys, he is literally starving for attention. He wants to be in the spotlight. You know, he wants to be the main event, which, you know, I don't blame him for that. I just blame him for the way he went about it.
How are you going to say starving in a Hobo match? That's just inconsiderate, quite frankly. And you know the Hobo's one of my favorites. Try and be unbiased here. Nice spinning back kick there. Eric Cross can strike with the best.
Oh, nice.
He's striking into that short boot there, into the cover now, deep hook of the leg. See, only a count of 2.
Now, I'd be afraid to wrestle the Hobo because I wouldn't want hepatitis.
Well, it's
Can
always
I say hepatitis on TV?
I think well, you just did.
Twice.
It is always a handicap match, taking on the Hobo and all his various parasites.
Speaking of the Hobo, you know, he did talk about the can of beans that he originally had with the Manimal. That was what brought them together.
Really? That's interesting. So that's how the Hobo bonds. He bonds over common things that we take for granted every day. That must be why the Hobo's so distraught about losing his best friend.
Oh, and sharing is caring. And the Hobo, obviously, needs that meal. And if he's willing to share that with the Manimal, that was a sign of how good their friendship was. Look at this. Just folds him up, cradles him, almost puts him away.
How do these guys kick out of these moves? Man, when I was wrestling, a body slam used to keep me down.
What an effective suplex there. Had him all cradled up. So instantly into the pinning combination. Cross has been impressive, Jeff.
TK, Cross just slapping the head of the Hobo. That's just disrespectful.
Yes, because the Hobo's all about respect and how he's viewed by others.
Well, he shares cans of beans with his friends. He's a nice guy.
Well, the fans certainly respect him here. They love him, and they're trying to rally him on. But Hobo now uncorking some of that unorthodox offense, which is everything in his playbook. Couldn't get him up for the slam. Ooh. Cross was trying to put on the brakes and counter that. This time the Hobo muscles him up, scooping a slam there.
Oh! Headbutt by the Hobo. Now he has Cross reeling. And the fans once again getting behind the Hobo.
Back and forth matchup here, one-on-one competition. And you got to think, Matt, a victory in a one-on-one match like this, you could propel you up the ranks towards maybe the TV title. So every matchup here on this program is so important.
Oh, and I'm sure the executives are listening to this crowd here tonight and can see the reaction that these stars are getting.
How about that, Jeff? Hobo spiked him as he goes for the cover. How's it feel, Eric Cross, to get dropped on your head in the center of the ring?
Hobo needs to stay on Eric Cross. He can't get distracted. Hobo going up top, maybe looking to finish Cross off. I'll tell you what, guys, he's taking a lot of time to get up there, though.
Well, this is kind of unproven ground here for the Hobo. He's been kind of a flightless bird here, but look out. Oh, drops the elbow. He's not wearing that fringe for no reason.
I guess chest hair will make you do crazy things.
I guess you could say a little Hobo madness here.
Hobo again, I'll tell you what, guys, I'm telling you, he's taking too much time to capitalize on these situations. Going up top one more time, high-risk maneuver.
Nope, couldn't put him away with the first one. Looking for it again, but Cross is a veteran, Matt. He knows every trick in the book there and able to counter.
And he even pointed to his head to remind you that he's smart.
This is it, TK. This is how he ended the career of Jarek Matthews. Hobo reverses. Cross holding on.
Oh, very, very clever there. I like this guy. Get out of there, Eric.
Your winner of the match, Eric Cross.
Wait a second, did you see that, Matt? He low-blowed him. He low-blowed him behind the ref's back.
Hang on a second, dude. Yeah, he low-blowed him. That's fine. But I admire the lengths that this young man went to. Bringing the referee close so the referee couldn't see it, taking full advantage. That's a true pro.
I'll tell you what, the Machiavellian Eric Cross, the ends do justify the means for this man. He picks up another victory, like it or not.